Hello everybody, this is Rockcard Gamer 45 back again with another talking video. Today I want to talk about 5 things in Snapmap that I'm not a big fan of. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I was going to do 5 things in Snapmap that I do love, but I thought I'd get the worst out of the way with first of all. And I want to talk about 5 different things in Snapmap that I have not really liked. I'm not really a big fan of. I don't think it's fair or worth it, but of course this is just my opinion. And another thing I just want to quickly point out is a lot of levels, actually some of my favourite levels of all time, use some of these mechanics, which is a bit funny because I really don't like them, but I didn't think it affected the gameplay that much. It's just something that I just got annoyed about or something like that. And like I said, one more time, I'll just say this again, this is just my opinion, so a lot of these things are probably what people love, that's why I added them in the map, so it's not going to be a very good list for some people. That's why I wanted to get this one out of the way, so the next one I can talk about 5 things that I do love in Snapmap. But without further ado, let's get started on this. I'm going to start off with number 5, with empty rooms. Okay, a lot of people will agree with me on this one. Sometimes when you're playing through a snap map, especially when you're using the preset modules, it just feels very empty and it has nothing unique about the level at all. It's just the same empty room with a couple of imps or a couple of lost souls thrown in it, and I don't like that. I think that the level, if it wants to use the preset modules, it really should make them as unique as possible, with unique design, unique gameplay in it, because it's a lot harder making a preset module map fun than it is making a custom geo map fun, because like I said, preset modules just been used too much now, and you really have to go somewhere to make them feel fun again, and a lot of snap mappers can do that, but other people just leave them empty as if it was May the 13th, and I really don't like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be overfull, no way, it just has to have something unique about it. I think even if it's going to have not many props in it, it should have a really nice fight in it. Just don't leave it empty. Just don't put 1 box and 2 possessed unwilling in it. That's not worth it. Okay, let's go to number 4, which is checkpoints. This one, a lot of people would disagree with me on. Of course, checkpoints are in a lot of levels. And I'm not talking about every checkpoint. I mean, every level should have some kind of checkpoint system. I'm just talking about levels that are actually proper checkpoints. So if you die, it will throw you back 3 rooms and you have to do that entire fight again, and I'm not really a big fan of that kind. Especially when you just took out a whole horde of enemies and then just to be killed by like an imp or something unexpectedly, and then you have to do that massive fight again. I see why people do it as a punishment, but the way I see it, it just adds an extra 10 minutes of doing the exact same thing you've already done. But of course, a lot of my favourite levels do use checkpoints, and they're still really enjoyable, so it doesn't affect the gameplay. I just don't think it's my favourite way of adding difficulty or a punishment to the game. I kind of like the way it is now, on Snapmap, because it's just like how it was in old co-op levels. If you die, it would spawn you right back in the same room and you just continue from where you was. Yeah, it doesn't really have any punishments, but you can add other punishments such as lose loss of points or something like that. So if you're going for a high score on the leaderboard, that you're going to be pretty much screwed if you die. So that's a good way of adding more of a threat, at least in my eyes anyway. So a lot of people are going to love checkpoints, so what can you say? It's just, I don't mind them, it's just that I really prefer levels without them. Okay, so this goes to number 3, and a lot of people would disagree with me on this one as well, but a lot of people will agree with me, and that's 1 life maps. I don't think 1 life maps should really exist in Doom. Doom was not meant to be 1 life. It's never, ever, ever in any of its life ever had a certain amount of lives you can go for. Wolfenstein did, but Doom, never. So when you only have 1 life to beat an entire level, that's probably going to be extremely challenging. It can be very annoying when you get right to the end, and then an annoying spectre or a possessed security guy just destroys you without any chance of fighting him back or anything like that. It just completely gives you the motivation to retry the level. that's what I have. I've had a lot of levels where I've been playing one life and I get right to the end and bam, I'm dead. It happens a lot. One life mode should not exist. I can understand in a life if you have 10 lives or 5 lives at least, but one life, no way. I'm just not a big fan of them at all. Okay, these last two people are probably going to agree with me, and that's bullet sponge monsters. Wow. There's nothing worse than fighting a Hell Knight with 10 times the amount of health he should have, and then it takes about 30 to 35 pretty much shotgun blast or super shotgun blast to take him down, which that's not where he's meant to. Most enemies kind of bullet sponge anyway, like the Hell Knights do take a lot of bullets on their own to take down, and the Mancubus and even the Cacodemon takes a lot of hits to take down. So if it's not a boss, I really don't think enemies' health should be tempered with that much, especially when they've been put onto like 5 times the amount of health they should have. It just completely ruins it. It takes ages to kill them, and you can't. Like I said, it just takes ages, and it kind of ruins the experience. It's a silly way to add challenge and a more annoying way to add time to the level. That's why I hate bullet sponge monsters, but not as much as insta kill monsters. Some people love to raise the health of the monsters. Other people love to raise the damage. And that's what I really can't stand in a Snapmap. It's when you come across an imp with 100% health and he manages to drop you in one fireball. It's Doom. You're not supposed to stand still. You're supposed to keep up with the enemies. You're supposed to go up closer personal with the enemies. So which means you're going to get hit at some point, and it shouldn't be an insta kill every time you get hit. The thing is, in my opinion, if you raise the damage of the monsters, it's going to force you to play Doom as if it's not Doom. It's like a duck and cover sort of game where you're hiding behind cover all the time, which is not Doom. Doom was always the lack of cover. So when you're playing, you're supposed to be moving about. The only protection you've got is you. It's just running around. If you stand still, you're dead. You're supposed to move and move. So when you have enemies like an imp that insta kills you, when there's going to be a room full of imps, it's not very fun at all, because you're going to die. There's no doubt about it. Unless you hide behind a little barrel or something like that, you're going to die. And like I said, it's Doom. You're supposed to get up and personal. So when you're hiding behind cover and shooting, it's not Doom, isn't it? It takes away Doom's pretty much charm and tries to make it another game, which I really don't think it should do. I think never really mess with the formula of Doom in that way. Change the way it can be played, but not the way you're actually supposed to kill the enemies. If not, it's more like a sort of Call of Duty, I would say, where you're hiding behind cover from very far away, quickly shooting your pistol every 3 seconds, hoping that you're going to kill the enemy before he gets a shot on you. That to me is not fun. So anyway, this has been my top 5 things that I don't really like in Snapmap. In some Snapmaps that I've played at least. Like I said, a lot of these Snapmaps have these things in it which I really love, but they really do irritate me if I come across them. I'm not going to lie sometimes. Some levels are worse than others, such as checkpoints don't really offend me that much if they are fair. So if it's like every other room and not one in the entire level, and one after the one before the big fight or something, and then none after that or something like that. And I have played some levels when you only have one life, but they're quite fair on the gameplay, so you don't feel over the top or overwhelmed. And if you do die, it would be your own fault. But I have also played levels that are just crazy over the top difficult on one life mode, and you die pretty much in the first couple of rooms. That to me is not fun. So wait, there's 5 things that I didn't like in Snapmap. What don't you like in Snapmap? I can see people agreeing with some of the stuff on this list, like number 1 and 2, and disagreeing with like the checkpoints and maybe the one life system. Anyway, this has been Rockhard Gamer 45, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.